Welcome to the Lady Nighthawk Show, where we have interesting people, interesting topics. You know, we bring you the news, the weather, whatever, and we always try to bring some enjoyment into your life in some kind of way, whether it's through song, poetry, or play, acting, whatever. So tonight we have our special guest that we had last year. We do have our host of our show is here. Okay, they always have to host the show when we have pets. Okay, but we do have one of the organizations that's here that we had last year. Okay, and I wanted to make sure that Mark shot my show about 2 weeks ago, and it came in my spirit because I saw when Stephen Colbert, you know, they were doing their shows with their adopt a pet thing, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, oh, yeah, Mark, look, it's whatever. And he said, well, you know, you're kind of late. But he said, I'll see what I can do. I said, okay. Well, he's still showing them on his show. And thank you, Mark, so much for making this happen today.
Not a problem.
You know. Mm-hmm. And so so we have a special guest here. You know these two folks, but you don't know our special guest here, okay? You even know our host because you've seen them before. But these two people, I call dogs people, okay? This little person, right, you don't know. So if you could introduce yourself and
Hi.
I'm not going to say his name. I want you to say it.
This is Mateo, and my name's Heather. I'm the Western Regional Coordinator with Pets on Wheels. And we visit hospice centers, nursing homes, libraries, schools, stuff like that.
Okay. And you?
Yes.
Okay. Would you introduce the host and introduce yourself?
My name is Mark. This is Akito, and this is Hero. They are 9.5-year-old lionhead rabbits, and they've been with Pets on Wheels for about 5 years.
I see. And sir, they know you, but introduce yourself.
Well, good evening. My name is Donald Bell. I am an attorney here in Maryland, and I'm happy to be here. But I think I'm running in second and third place this evening because
You're being upstaged.
Yeah, I'm being upstaged today because we have a beautiful dog over there, and these really cute bunnies here today.
Yeah.
So we have cute and cuter. So.
Well, I told him, I didn't tell him that. I thought that he had been on the show with us when we did it last year, okay? So I just told him, I said, I have a special treat for you tonight, okay? And I didn't tell him what it was, right? And
I thought it was candy. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, this is
even
you
better.
Can't have anything better than this. This right here is a treat, okay? And so when he walked in, then he kind of looked, and I said, oh, have you met?
Yeah.
I know Mark, yeah. You weren't on the show with us? He said, no. I just thought he was. I don't know.
No.
But anyway, I just thought that because you do have a daughter,
Yeah,
and I figured that this would be a good way that you could go home and show her when it comes on tape.
Yeah.
That you could show her that you were sitting in here with two big rabbits
Uh-huh.
and a nice dog that looked at you and stared you down. Okay. He looked at Mark, so next then she's going to ask you to take her to the pet store and buy a dog.
I know.
Okay,
We've already been.
I know. Whatever.
When
Now,
she's potty trained, then yes.
yes, make sure she's potty trained because they little people.
Yep.
Okay, and they
We
have
were
to,
told.
they have to do the same thing.
We were told.
Yeah,
Potty train her first, and then
yeah,
and then you can get one. So.
yeah, and they got to go out. You got to walk them. You know, you got to buy them coats for the winter time.
Same with her.
He's got a whole wardrobe.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about. And they got some style. They got raincoats, man. When your wife and your daughter goes,
Yeah.
oh, when they're going to the dog's place to see the clothes, that dog gonna have more clothes than you got. Okay.
Probably so.
Cause they got raincoats, coats, sweaters, you name them, they have them. They got boots. Okay. So that's another income, but you can't take it off on your taxes. Now, why is that, y'all? Why y'all not asking them to take the dogs, like the therapy dogs and stuff? I mean, I think that's a thing that should be done. You know, you have to get insurance and, you know, making sure they take care of you. You got to feed them. You got to train them. Why is it that we're not out there, you know, fighting for, you know, it to be taken off your taxes? Because they're dependents.
Especially if you don't have kids of your own. Especially if you don't have any two-legged kids.
Right.
I don't have any children. This is my child.
Yes. And so, I mean, but they're dependent. They dependent on you. Isn't that what a dependent is?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think if, particularly, I mean, it may be difficult to do on the federal level, but on the state level, I could see like maybe some sort of bill being passed or something like that where people could deduct, like you were talking about medical insurance, things of that nature. Or if your dog provides some type of care, like therapy dog, or maybe if, there are certain like veterans and things of that nature who have like, certain like, animals and things of that nature that, yeah, I think that would be a pretty good cause.
I think that's a cause.
Yeah.
I do some write-offs, mileage to go to
Oh,
events.
events, that's different though. Because that's you. You're going to the event, okay? Even though it's,
But it's because of them that I'm able to write that mileage off.
yeah, but everybody's not as smart as you. So, they don't know, and they ain't, you know what I mean? So, but still, it should be a dependent because you have to buy them medicine if they're sick. You got to buy them food.
Yes.
If you potty training them, some people actually put diapers on depending on what kind of pet you have, okay? Because monkeys, they definitely put diapers on, okay? And so, you have to make sure they have clothing for the proper seasons, weather-wise as well,
You have to groom them
Boots.
also, right?
You have to groom them, You got to get the nails cut just like your nails get. If you get a good example.
I do all his grooming myself.
Well, see, you're lucky, okay? Because you should also tell people they need to go watch the groomer first before they start cutting on their dogs,
Yeah.
okay? But you know how hangnail is on you.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It can be
dog,
painful.
if you're not getting the dog mad, look how pretty these dogs, show them how pretty his nails are. And she does all this herself. Look how well his nails are manicured. Okay, she does that, but you can't take them to a pet shop and get them groomed, okay? You don't have to take on that responsibility. You can take them to a pet shop. See, that's something, they got to go to the beauty parlor, okay? So, I mean, those are all things I think that should be tax deductible, especially for a therapy dog, because they're working.
Yes.
They're not getting paid. Like
Yeah.
you said, you get them there, but they not getting paid, You have to get them there. You have to make sure that they got all the little things that they have and everything. And I don't understand. Well, I think there's a cause that we need to take up. I really think it's something that we need
There
to
may
do.
be a way to do it,
Even if
but-
it's just in the state of Maryland. And
Yeah.
then maybe we can work on Bowie and see,
Yeah.
because Bowie is animal friendly.
Yes.
Okay, they do make sure that the stray animals are taken care of, the cats and the dogs. That's, So, we might be able to start small and work big, because it should be a tax write-off. I think that's my personal pick, right? Is that okay with you? Got it. Okay. He gave me his nose, so he told me that was a good idea. Okay,
Is
so
that a
I'm
good
gonna
idea?
take you up on that. Okay.
Change in government always starts local.
Yeah.
It always starts local and it grows.
Yeah.
So
but-
yeah, if you want to start something, you start it in your own neighborhood, in your own little city, and then, your county, your state, and then, it can go national. So that's the first place to start.
I think that's a good thing, and then it would fall in line with some of the other things that we're trying to do.
Yes.
So we can make that a part of it. Okay. So Mark,
Yes.
tell us about these fantastic rabbits that you have, and how many you have, and how long they've been around, and who's kin to who.
Well, I have, the mother is Momo, and she is an 11-year-old lion head. And then I have one of her litters. So it was a total of 5. This is 2 of them. And these were the 2 that actually could handle dealing with people and stuff like that. Even like people, some people
Don't
can't
like
handle people.
That's true.
Well, the rabbits all have their own individual personalities, and these 2 happen to be the outgoing ones. So they were born 9.5 years ago.
And they're brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters, yep.
That's the amazing thing, that they get along so well, because brothers and sisters don't get alive. Brothers and sisters don't get as well as these animals.
Well, she did. There is a pecking order that is at the house,
Oh, okay.
and they all respect each other.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and they also have a better car than I have. They have a Porsche Roadster. Is it?
1946 Porsche Roadster replica.
What can I say? And you should. I'm so mad at him because he didn't show those pictures. I just thought that he was going to just show certain pictures, okay? But I might make sure next time, please.
Okay.
Okay, since they can't talk for themselves, you can show what they do, okay? Because they do a lot of stuff,
They do a lot of stuff.
okay? And they should get credit for the stuff that they do too, okay? So we're gonna make a deal,
Okay.
okay? So
September.
did you? Is that okay with you? Yep, he said it was okay. He like, yep, you like that too? Okay, all right. So it's a deal.
Now,
Done
are
deal.
they spayed and neutered?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Mhm. So you need to talk about that for a minute, about having the dog spayed and neutered.
We do not require that,
Mhm.
but we do suggest that for obvious reasons. We don't want any extra animals out there. He was a happen chance. I mean, they weren't trying to breed the animals, so he was kind of an accident, but lucky kind of accident.
Yeah, yeah. And he's actually a therapy dog.
Mhm.
And he goes where?
He goes to a hospice center and he sits in bed with the patients there.
Mm-hmm.
He also goes to a library a few times a month, and the kids sit and read to him.
And so are you trying to make sure that he's paying attention?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding with
So
you.
do they hold him, or they just
Normally he just lays like this.
Okay.
But they can pet him.
Yes.
You know, that's the whole thing. They can pet him, okay? And that's the other thing I want to make people understand, that therapy dogs, you can pet. You know, I mean, that's the biggest thing I want them to know, that there's not a fear, you know, of having a therapy dog, because they're trained so that you can pet them. Mark has a story about this lady right here. If you tell us that little story about the kid that...
There, we were at an event, and it is kids with genetic disorders, and the kid really didn't mean anything by it. The kid was laying down next to Hero, and then when the kids sat up and was a little bit away, he wanted the Hero closer. It's just, you know,
He didn't know how to get him close.
right. Well, so, but he just grabbed Hero by the ears and pulled him closer, and
like my daughter would pull a doll. Like
yeah,
not
right.
Knowing.
yeah.
And you know, some animals would react to that, but because I had done some desensitizing and all this and some training with them, they knew not to retaliate or anything like that. And the vice president of this organization said this is the reason why we pick Pets on Wheels, is because all of the animals have very good temperament, and that's one of the things that we do temperament screenings to make sure that they don't react to something that they shouldn't.
And so, you know, a little kid doesn't know, you know, and it's like,
course.
especially if you go into the nurse's homes and somebody has Alzheimer's, right? And they don't know, you know.
Oh, they can be heavy-handed too. They'll
Yes,
just go like in,
Yes.
and you
so-
see he didn't even flinch. So
Right. And I'm not saying that everybody does that if they have Alzheimer's. I'm just saying that, you know, some of them are reactatory. Is that a word? They react, you know, to certain things. So that's why it's important for you guys to know that, you know, this organization, you know, Pets on Wheels, and they have these therapy animals, because it's not just dogs, okay? That's why the two hosts of the show are here too, to let you know that Pets on Wheels is not for just dogs. They have other animals as well. And this beautiful person, young guy right here, Mateo, you know, you see how well-mannered he is? If I could not bring my dog on this show, okay?
and he's only one.
And I would love for him to be a therapy dog, because he does help me. I mean, he, in his own way, he knows when I'm upset. He knows when I'm stressed. You know, I'm talking about my dog now. And he does know how to try to calm me down. And I have actually noticed that my blood sugar goes down. If I'm stressed,
Yep.
and I'm, you know, he comes and he knows that something's going on, and I rub him down, and then I take my blood sugar, it has actually gone down, you know? So tell us, what is it that you have to do to qualify to be a therapy dog? Because we didn't talk about that on the last show.
So to start out the process, you would go to petsonwheels.org and click on Become a Volunteer. We do require that you take our pet health certificate to your vet to have them fill it out. We require the rabies and the distemper and a negative fecal test. Once that's all done, you send that back to us, and then you guys schedule an appointment where you can be screened. And the temperament screening is pretty much this. Not all of it, but most of it. We just make sure that they're not gonna bite you, bite us. We can pick them up, play with their paws, and you see how he's not reacting at all.
I would fail the test.
Yeah, this year would have definitely failed the
We
test.
actually make sure that they're not gonna do anything. He's trying to lick me.
Yeah, he's not trying to bite her. He was trying to lick her.
After that, we walk with a walker next to the animals. We drop something heavy next to the animals to make sure that they're not going to negatively react to that. We do the leave it test. So we drop a piece of food on the floor and make sure the animal doesn't go after it. So that keeps them safe in nursing homes and stuff like that.
Wow, that's a lot. And then do they get a certificate or something at the end of all
Yes,
that?
they get a therapy pet certificate
Okay.
saying that they are good for 2 years to be with Pets on Wheels.
Okay. And after they go through your training, would they be able to, let's say if they moved to another state and they had your certificate and he's a part of Pets on Wheels, would they be able to acknowledge the same certificate if they moved?
No,
The
it's
record-
just in Maryland.
Just in Maryland?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are there other Pets on Wheels in other areas?
They're not related to us.
Okay.
They have their own,
Pets on Wheels?
yeah,
Yeah.
section, yeah.
But there are Pets on Wheels that are across the country, but they just call something different?
They're just called something different. They're not affiliated with us, though.
Okay, okay.
They're not another,
Pets on Wheels?
no.
Okay. But they do the same types of things that you guys do to
Yes.
make sure, because I'm quite sure that Maryland can't flood the whole United States, you know. But if you live someplace, because we're on YouTube now, right? So that's why I just want them to know if they watch it, they can watch YouTube anywhere, right? So if it's not Pets on Wheels in your area, then what would they look under, Mark?
They would look under therapy pet organizations.
Okay.
Okay. There are many different therapy pet. There is even a different therapy pet organization in Maryland,
Okay.
and we met up with them at the incident command center for when the bridge fell. There was another therapy pet organization that was also there. And then they also have therapy pet organizations that are at airports and stuff like that because of travelers that get nervous
For
for.
real?
Yes.
Okay.
When I was coming back from San Jose, my layover spot, they had a airport therapy pet team that was there.
Wow. See, you don't know if you don't ask, right? Yeah, because now, you know that if you're going, people that don't like to fly, just checking, when you call the airlines, right? Just see if they have an organization that's there for therapy pets, and then that way, now you know. While you're sitting and waiting, somebody can come with you or you can go in that area and, be treated, kindly with the therapy pet. And if you know that your child likes to yank and pull on animals, I would just say put them in your arms, okay? Put them in your arms and let them see, and then show them how, you're supposed to pet the dog and stuff, because they have to learn. You have to understand. Just like these dogs have to learn, children have to learn too, right, Donald?
Yes.
You have to know how to treat people kind. You're not just inbred with that. You got to teach your kid how to respect other people and how to be nice. And it would be really nice though after she gets potty trained to have her grow up with the dog while the dog is small.
Yeah.
because she'll kill somebody if they try to do something to harm them. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
playing. I'm just kidding. You have a good little girl, okay? But that is an idea that you're thinking about. So I'm glad that's why you're on the show today. See,
Okay.
so because I thought you'd been here before. So the thing is this. Okay, so you have. Is it any one size? Okay, so it's not just the dogs. We know it's not just the rabbits. In the other show, we told the other animals that are therapy dogs. Can we tell these people the other kinds of?
Yes, we have birds, giant tortoises, alpacas, miniature horse, and I recently a guinea pig.
We have a couple birds. We had a chameleon at one point in time, but he did pass away. Our executive director, Gina, she says whatever's legal in Maryland, we would do a temperament screening and see how they would do.
How do you do a temperament screening on a turtle?
Basically what we just did.
Well, turtles will snap.
Turtles like to snap at people.
Bite you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
And
I'm
they have
saying.
And a giant turtle, their mouth is
Yeah,
huge.
that's my point.
Yeah.
So,
They could take off a finger.
but how you going to train a turtle not to snap off your arm?
It's
That big? We're not talking about a little turtle. We're talking
Right.
about a giant turtle.
right.
Okay.
Wasabi.
With the shell this wide.
Yes. I seen the picture. And like I said, I wish you just show us some of the pictures next time you come, okay? But it's a big turtle. I mean, and I know they snap. So how you do it? You said you do it the same way.
It's the temperament.
It's you just play with their feet, mess with their face, make sure they're not going to bite you.
But who tells the turtle that I'm not supposed to bite you?
I'm not sure.
That's what I'm talking about, you know? I mean, who trains the turtle?
It's the same as it's the
these
same as
animals.
You can't.
it's the same as you doing a dog. You know, one of the things that we discourage in Pets on Wheels is that they can't jump up on you.
Okay.
Okay, you know how dogs, they all love to come up and
Yes,
they put
yes.
their paws on you.
Yes.
Well, that could knock over a senior.
Okay.
So we don't want dogs that will do that. And you know, you can train a dog not to do that. You can train a dog not to bite.
You can train a dog not to yap. I just haven't got to that point yet.
I just feel I've done well over probably 2,000 screenings. I can tell within the first 5 minutes, even before I even touch the dog, if the dog's going to pass or not.
Is that right?
It's all of the temperament.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, they do need to like know how to sit and stay and all that stuff, basic obedience, but it's all the temperament. I mean, he's getting a little antsy, but he's still a puppy.
But the other part of that is too is that he hasn't been able to go to the bathroom. You haven't given him a treat.
Yeah.
And he's been sitting here now for almost 2 hours. I mean, for an hour. Okay, so I mean, I can understand. They are used to sitting, okay, and so there's no big deal to them. But he's a puppy, and so that makes a difference. So he says, okay, now in a minute we're gonna have to say goodbye because you haven't fed me, you haven't given me a treat, and I'm being good, okay.
And he's been yawning for a while too.
Yeah, and I can't lay down because there's too much going on around me, you know. They just chill. I love it. These rabbits. They just chill. They just say, okay, it's all right, right?
He just
Is that
chills
right?
in the hospice center that we go to.
Oh, so he
But there's
said-
not a lot going on there. It's very, very quiet there.
Right, and then we knew people. He's never met Donald and I. And Donald, you asked a very good question last time on the other show. What was the question? I put you on the spot. You can't. It was spontaneous. Okay.
Well, I asked about the diets for the bunnies, for the rabbits. So.
The diets is mostly hay, loose hay. It's 70% loose hay, and then about 25% compressed hay pellets, and then the rest is used up with vegetables and fruits.
And we also was very fascinated. I asked were they caged or not, and
No, these are not caged. They have their own bedroom. So all 6 live in their own bedroom. And going on to the temperament part, you know, like you know, how would the turtle not to know not to bite. Isn't necessarily if it knows not to. Well, it's that it's not prone to biting.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just like I say that I have 6 rabbits, but only 2 of them are good for being pets on wheels.
Okay.
Okay, the other 4 will not do this kind of stuff.
So does the mother run? Like, does the mother run that room, or who's in charge?
Yeah, that's a good question.
She's like the keeper of the peace.
Okay.
She will let the kids fight every once in a while and everything. When they just get to the point where she can't handle it anymore, she will intervene.
So is she larger than the rest of them, or she just?
She's about the same size as the
Okay.
rest of them. Yeah, these 2 are 4.5 pounds. She's 6 pounds.
Okay.
Do you have the father too?
No, the father lives up in Thurmont.
Okay.
Okay.
At least I think he's still alive.
Yeah, because you said the life expectancy of them
Is 10 to 12 years.
and the mom is 11.
11.
And because you do take them to the vet and you do all the other wonderful things,
Twice a
and
year.
diet and stuff, and you said you actually take yours to two different doctors. You know what? People need to start doing that too. That's another whole show. You need to go talk to. You need check with 2 different doctors and make sure you get the same diagnosis, and they writing the same stuff down. Thank you, because I was figuring out what I was going to do to handle a certain situation. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because you'd be surprised that one person might say something and somebody else say something else. So that's why the mother is 11 years old.
So Heather, what is Mateo's favorite treat?
He likes chicken. We boil some chicken for him once a week.
Chicken
Just
legs?
just plain chicken breast.
Oh, chicken breast.
Yep.
Okay.
So you don't get them that farmer food. I don't have any stock in farmer's food. I mean, it's supposed to be real food. That's all the reason why I'm asking her. Okay, I don't even buy it myself. Okay, but that's supposed to be real food. So
Yeah, I've tried a few of those, and he did not like any
you
of them.
did not like them. Okay.
So he's on a dry kibble,
okay.
Perino Pro plan for puppies. We're just transferring him over to the adult formula, and then he gets his chicken.
Do you shred it for him, or you
Yeah.
just give it to?
We shred it, yeah.
Okay.
And he carries it around the living room, and then eats it little bits at a time. I do not know why.
Okay.
Because he wants you, dare you to come borrow it.
What
And-
type of seasonings does he like on his chicken, or it's just plain
Just
chicken?
plain.
Okay.
I put a little bit of shredded cheese on top,
Okay.
and then I sneak in his probiotics that I give him to keep his stomach happy.
Now, does he drink the broth off the chicken?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. I was just wondering because chicken broth is supposed to be good for people. So I was just wondering whether he drank the broth.
He's such a cutie.
He is.
Has he already eaten for
Yes,
the evening,
you
or is
are.
he?
You are
has
so
he eaten?
beautiful.
He has not eaten yet.
Yes, you
Oh,
are.
okay.
You really are. Yes, you are. So, if somebody wanted to get in contact with the organization, if you could tell us how.
If you visit our website, it's petsonwheels.org, completely spelled out. And then we have a fantastic new website. It's completely user-friendly now. Our older website was a little harder to use, but this one's great. So.
Okay, and if we're outside the area, then we know that you said to look up under
The subject would be therapy pets.
therapy pets, right? Since we're on YouTube now, because we have people that watch us all over the place. And so I don't usually talk about YouTube that much, but I said I'm gonna start talking about it because it is, a place where if your family wants to see this, they can. You know what I mean? Once we do everything we have to do to it, you don't have to live in the Bowie area because we're on Comcast, Verizon, in the Bowie area. And it goes a little bit beyond Bowie, okay, but you have to check and see because they're the same numbers for Comcast and Verizon, okay? But with YouTube, we reach a broader audience, and I found that out on my own. So I'm just saying that, you can go out there and look at us because